Hi there, this is Aude. Reflexive verbs are very useful to talk about your routine. In this video, I'm going to explain how they work. Let's get started. Let's start with one reflexive verb, se laver, to wash. You can see that this verb needs a reflexive pronoun in between the subject and the verb. So you can see the me, te, se, nous, vous, ce are going to go between the pronoun and the verb. If you forget them, then it doesn't make sense. What's really good to know about those reflexive verbs, most of them are ER verbs. So if you know how to use them, then that's going to be easy. If not, let's have a look in the description below where you can see routine and ER verbs at the same time. Here is a list to give you some examples of reflexive verbs to describe your routine. Se lever, se laver, se brosser, se doucher, se coucher. Let's have a look at a few sentences together just to make sure that you know how to use these reflexive verbs. Tu te lèves tôt? Oui, je me lève tôt et je me douche. Mes enfants et moi, on se brosse les dents et ils se préparent pour aller à l'école. Practicing is going to help you so much for pronunciation and to be at ease with a French conversation. So let's give it a go. Tu te lèves tôt? In this example here, you've got s'amuser, to have fun. You can notice that the reflexive pronouns for je, tu, il, elle, on, and il, elle plural form are not exactly the same. We need to get rid of that e because the verb s'amuser starts with a vowel. Okay? So get rid of that e and then just put an apostrophe instead. In the next sentences, you're going to see that reflexive verbs are not only used for routine. So let's have a look at those new verbs together. Tu fais quoi le week-end? Je me promène souvent avec mes amis car on s'entend bien. Avec ma famille, on se repose et mes enfants se baignent. Those reflexive verbs are very useful for everyday life conversation. Se promener is to have a walk. S'entendre bien is to get on well. Then we've got se reposer, to rest. And the last one, se baigner, is to bath or to have a bath. Time to practice. Tu fais quoi le week-end? Tu fais quoi le week-end? If you want a complete mind map to know more about reflexive verb, let's have a look at the description below. Using negatives can be a bit tricky with reflexive verbs. Let's have a look at those two examples here. The problem is that we've got that reflexive pronoun and we're not too sure now where to put our two words to make a negative sentence in French. The pas is going to stay exactly at the same place as normal negative sentences, just after the verb. But be careful because the ne or an apostrophe if we're talking about a reflexive verb starting with a vowel, needs to be just after the pronoun. Je ne me douche pas le matin. So one more time, be careful. Ne needs to be in between the subject and the reflexive pronoun. Let's have a look at the next sentences together. Tu fais quoi le matin? Je me douche, mais je ne me maquille pas. Je n'ai pas le temps. I'm sure you've seen before, je n'ai pas le temps. I haven't got time. It's very useful to use this one for your morning routine, for example. Tu fais quoi le matin? To make sure that you understand how to use reflexive verbs, we're going to have a go at a little writing practice. You need to complete those sentences here, so maybe the best idea would be to pause the video, think about it, and then I'll show you the answers. Let's have a look at the answers together. I'm going to read them so you can check your pronunciation at the same time. Tu te lèves à quelle heure? Je me réveille à 7 heures, mais avec mon mari, on se lève à 7h30. Tu te promènes le week-end? Oui, je me promène et on s'amuse avec mes amis. Let's try that second writing practice just to let you know that se disputer is to argue. Let's check the answers together. Tu te disputes avec tes amis? Non, on ne se dispute pas. Tu t'appelles Thomas? Non, je ne m'appelle pas Thomas, je m'appelle Marc. Great guys, now you're ready to have more French conversation to talk about your routine and everyday life. À bientôt! Là, ça fait rien dire ce que j'ai dit. Oups.